we're taking a look at AEW Series 5 of the Unrivaled collection. We got Jon Moxley, Scorpio Sky, Frankie Kazarian, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Hangman Adam Page. Now, taking a quick glance at the packaging, you can already tell that this is identical to the first 4 series of Unrivaled collection releases, which is great. If you're an in-the-box collector, this is going to blend in perfectly with your pre-existing collection already. We've got the same design where we've got a nice little glam shot of the wrestler kind of die cut on the side of the packaging. We got the big open window box display, which is perfect for autographs. And then we got the gold lettering on the side, as well as the gold AEWE in the logo and the gold trim around the top of the package. On the back, we've got our nice little promo shots of each wrestler that is in the Unrivaled collection line in the series. We've got a promo shot of the wrestler wearing the gear that this specific action figure is inspired from, a picture of their autograph as well, and a call out to when and where they wore this gear. So this was All Out, Jacksonville, Florida, September 5th, 2020. And I think that's just a great touch that they add that feature. But I'm an out-of-the-box collector, so let's go ahead and get these out of the box and check them out up close and personal. All right, here we have the boys out of the package, and let's go ahead and start things off with Jon Moxley. Now this one is pretty close to identical to the previous Series 2 release. We do have a different head sculpt, and he does have some different camo on his pants and everything. But for the most part, he is pretty much the same kind of release. He does come with the AEW World Heavyweight title, which is nice. Championship belts as an accessory. Comparing it to the first championship belt though, you will be able to notice that the top one, the original Series 2 release, definitely does have a slightly different wash to it. It's just not as brightly colored gold as the bottom newer version. I honestly do prefer this top one. I think it's closer resembling the actual AEW championship as far as how it looks on television and everything. But regardless, both great belts, both great accessories. Face scan, I think they did a pretty good job. Obviously, you know, you look at this, it's not hard to decipher who this is supposed to be. This is Jon Moxley. The expression's a little interesting to say the least. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be his crazy, you know, wild, I'll do anything, loose cannon type of look. I do like how they did the subtle color change down here with his hair. So it's darker brown up here, fading to the red, especially in the facial hair along these sideburns. And then we get the darker brown here on his chin, around his mustache and beard area. You have the leather jacket, sleeveless, it's got Mox there, and then we got the black, white, and yellow camo, no knee pads, combat boots. As far as articulation, the AEW Unrivaled series, you know, has standard 25 points of articulation. His head looks up, down, spins all the way around, ball joint. Shoulders are going to go up and out, rotate 360 degrees. We do have a bicep swivel, double hinge elbows, 360 degree swivel at the wrist as well as hinges. Then we have the ab crunch, so we can crunch him forward, get him bending backwards. You can pop it off there, separate him. And we have a twist. Again, you can separate it lower at the waist, spin the waist all the way around if you want. And then we got legs kicking not very far forward, surprisingly. So that's how far forward you're going to get. Not really going to go too far backwards. Now they do go outwards quite a bit because of the ball joint, but as far as actual front to back motion, you're not going to get a whole heck of a lot of articulation. We do have an upper thigh cut there, double jointed knees. We've got a boot cut, and then we have ankle rocking and 360 degree pivot of the ankle, as well as peg holes on the bottom, although these don't really necessarily use the standard peg holes that most wrestling action figures are using today. So that is kind of a bummer. Comparing it to the previous release, Jon Moxley, like I said, they are pretty much identical. Different heads and different pants. That's really the only difference here. There's people that had issue with the scale and the height of the Jon Moxley figure. They didn't change anything. It's the exact same height in this new Series 5 that it was in Series 2. Again, the leather jacket says Mox on the back. Not a whole lot of, you know, differences or reasons to actually go out and get this figure unless A, you're a person that's collecting every single one of the Unrivaled figures, or B, you missed out on the Wave 2. So that is the Mox Man himself. Put his title back over there. And then we've got Scorpio Sky. I think the face scan on this one is exceptional, especially with that kind of like smirking, smiling, raised eyebrow expression. He does come with his entrance gear, vest, jacket, whatever you want to call it. You can take this off. It's not, you know, molded on there or anything like that. You'll probably have to pop his head off and kind of finagle it, but the side loosens up here, unhinges, there we go, opens up there. Then you could peel off his ring entrance jacket. We got the SCU logo on the back of the jacket. He's got his elbow pads. You can actually still bend the double jointed elbows pretty well, even with the elbow pads. And of course you can slide and remove these if you want to. Same kind of articulation as the other folks. We have the yellow and black S on both sides of his pants. Again, with the boot cut down here at the white boots. No kick pads, no external knee pads like the elbows or anything like that. So good job on that. I really enjoy this Scorpio Sky figure. I think it's, you know, spot on representation. And he does come with the AEW Tag Team Championship belt, which is great. It's been a while. I've been anxiously awaiting these belts to come out there. I mean, we're already on like our third version of the Young Bucks in this line, and this is the first time we actually have the AEW Tag Team Championship belts. And speaking of AEW World Tag Team titles, you know, his partner, of course, Frankie Kazarian, also comes with it, so you got both of them. Frankie Kazarian's head scan's pretty accurate. He does share a lot of facial features and similarities of Randy Orton. You could almost pop this off and put it on a different figure body and pass it off as Randy Orton. Obviously, the tattoos would be a giveaway, but you know, it does look like Frankie Kazarian. It's a good scan. Could have been better, of course, but for $20, I think they did a good job. Entrance gear jacket. We got the gold SCU here on the front of the jacket, and if you want to take this off, it just unsnaps here in the front, so that's easy to do. We got the trunks there, you know, the SCU logos on the side, Kazarian on the back end. We got some crocodile print here on the sleeves, some like studs here on the shoulders, as well as some gold studs spikes here on the back of his hood, and some gold lining inside of the hood. And then we have "This is the worst town I've ever been on the back side of his jacket. So minimal black knee pad straight into the kickers. Pretty much looks like Pac's body through and through, with the knees down to the kickers and all plain black. So then we have our second iteration of Hangman Adam Page. He does come with a few accessories. We do have this drinking glass fit in his hand, as well as the beer pitcher. He does come with a removable bandana, of course, and then he also has a removable belt. It's part of his gear that goes around his waist. We do have the entrance jacket that, of course, is removable as well. Nice little details of the horse, as well as the Western prints here on the shoulder. Nothing really on the back. We got the fringe and the tassels that is attached to his belt. We got the nice detailing along the sides of his pants, because he did switch from basic trunks to pants. And we even got the deco and the design of the Western, you know, print that even goes onto his knee pads there, which is great. We got the molded tassels, so they don't like fray out or fringe like the Young Bucks costumes. This is all solid plastic here. And then we got his boots, have the, you know, the boot print. That's one cool thing I've always admired about his gear itself, is his wrestling boots are cut and designed to look like actual cowboy boots. And that's an interesting touch, and I always been impressed by that little detail. Again, if you want to remove his belt, just pop him off at the torso here, and then you could take off his buckle there and the tassel and everything. But I'll just slide it back on there, put him back in there. All right, there he is without the bandana. Face sculpt detail, it's accurate. The beard is a little off as far as the application. For whatever reason, it just looks super shiny as far as the paint detail, so it makes it look a little strange. But you know, we've got the Series 2 version of him, and we have this Series 5. Honestly, I think the Series 2 version is probably the better head sculpt, but again, they're both really good. Can't really go wrong with them. They do good job on both figures, but this, honestly, this Series 5 one is my new favorite of the two. I just would like to put this head on this body, and I think it would be the ultimate Adam Page figure. And then we have Jungle Boy. Minimal gear. He always wrestles in basic stuff, so he's got the brown trunks, the wristbands, even though it does have some paint detail here where we got some little hits of silver and gray there. Face sculpt is Very well done. Very, very well done. I mean, you get a little closer there. I mean, that is just 100% spot on. Great job on the head sculpt and the detail there. He's got his studded knee pads. I say studded, they're really not studded. They're just raised, and we got the tassels that are molded and sculpted there. Again, we got the silver paint hits and flourishes. Technically, this isn't the first one. I believe they numbered the official Ringside Collectibles 2-pack with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy as 36, and these are, I think, 40 and 41 or 41 and 42. So technically, these aren't the first figures for them, but if you want their alternate gear in the white trunks and the white gear for Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, then that is the one to get. He does come with some hand accessories, another open gripping hand here, and another open gripping hand. So 2 open gripping hands to go with his, just open palms. And that is Jungle Boy in a nutshell. Then of course we have the standout, in my opinion, of Series 5, Luchasaurus. This man is absolutely made to be an action figure. I mean, just from the details of the tattoo, his ring gear, everything about this man screams, I need to be made into an action figure. So he's got these awesome, green tips on his fingers, all the exceptional detail work of his tattoos, very, very well recreated. Looks great, front to back. This man has a ton of tattoos. The ring gear itself looks awesome. He does have great articulation. He's got his tongue sticking out, that green tongue. Got the horns protruding from his mask, the green in his hair that he puts in that little hair accessory. He's got his little faux loincloth and leather belt. You can remove this, you'll just have to pop off the torso. Take it off that way if you want to, but why would you? I mean, it's just part of his look, part of his costume, with the nice animal snake print looking design on his pants there. Knee pads are removable and slide up and down a little bit. Does hinder some of his movement. He does have those double jointed knees just like the rest of the figures, but the knee pads, they have the tassels on the back, so it makes it a little harder for you to necessarily manipulate these as well as you would possibly want. Solid molded parts on the back here as well. And one of the most awesome features I thought was they put his webbed toes, his webbed feet, part of his wrestling gear. It's a subtle detail, but it's so impressive that they went to that extra length to do it, because it's part of the overall look. The wrist braces on his forearms, they don't twist, they're not removable, they're molded on there. The green tips of the finger. He does come with some interchangeable hands, and each hand does have the matching tattoo, so they didn't cheap out that way or anything like that. That does it for the line, guys. Series 5 from Ringside Collectibles. Let me know your favorite in this line in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that like button, share this video with your friends if you found the information helpful, and as always, thanks for watching, guys. It really means a lot.